Hey everyone, how are you guys doing today? Well, I had a doctor's appointment earlier today and come home doing some early prep for some MMA and some boxing predictions. I'm scrolling online and a news flash hits. The circus is coming to town. It will be another Shiite show in Californication, California. Compliments of the ringleader of the circus, of the clown show, Mr. Jake Paul, and MVP Productions. I'm talking about Ronda Rousey fighting Gina Carano. But before we get into all this stuff, guys, please, I ask you this. Like the video, hit that subscribe button, share the video out, and don't forget, down below in the comment section, you tell me your thoughts on Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so it all goes down May 16th in the Intuit Dome in Los Angeles, California. At least as of now. They are going to be fighting MMA in a hexagon, which has not been used since the days of Strikeforce, and obviously both Ronda and Gina fought in Strikeforce. They are going to be fighting at 145 pounds, which means Gina once again gets her way, making another fighter move up in weight. They're fighting five-minute rounds, and in their prime, these two would not have gone five-minute rounds. So I'm not worried about it going to a decision necessarily, but it is a scary thought if you think about it. Originally, a while back, Jake and Eddie Hearn were talking Ronda Rousey against Katie Taylor, which would have been murder. Katie Taylor literally would have murdered Ronda Rousey in boxing, because they weren't going to fight in MMA. They were going to fight in boxing. And as we all know, Ronda couldn't box her way out of a wet paper bag. So between Gina and Ronda, obviously Carano is the bigger, stronger athlete. She has she had a Muay Thai base. She was a come forward fighter. And look, Ronda, there's no two ways about it. And I'm no fan of Ronda. As a matter of fact, I hate Ronda Rousey's guts. But between the two of them, she's just the better all-around athlete. At least she was. Ronda has talked about this, not only, post-UFC, but post-WWE career as well, that Alzheimer's runs in her family. She was very nervous about complications to possible CTE, about concussions. So now, a decade after retiring, she's stepping back into a cage to get punched in the face by someone who, in theory, still hits hard. That's insane. And what's worse is sitting on the California Commission is her mom. That's disgraceful. That is disgusting. Look, if you want to like the fight, by all means, go ahead. Say you're going to watch. Say you look forward to it. Say it's something you always wanted to see. That's fine. But if Ronda gets licensed after talking about Alzheimer's in the family, about concussions that she suffered, about possibility of CTE. The fight should not happen. And hopefully, but doubtfully, the California Commission will step in and not license Ronda. And a decade is one thing. And look, we've seen boxers come back after many years. My own favorite boxer of all time, George Foreman, came back almost 2 decades later and had an incredible second career. But Gina's coming back 17 years after retiring. Her last fight was back in 2009. She's 44 years old. Ronda's 39. Neither are spring chickens, right? Originally, these two were supposed to fight, and they could have fought in the UFC, but Gina had a big texting blowout with Dana. As we all know, Dana has a habit of shooting his mouth off. And Gina told him to F off after being called a B-otch. Now, what made Gina Carano popular? Gina became popular because she was a come-forward fighter. She threw hands, she let her hands fly all the time. But she had that it factor. She had the charisma, right? And quite honestly, and it sells, she had the sex appeal. Miesha Tate, as great as Miesha Tate is, what made her was the sex appeal. Same thing like Mackenzie Dern. And I'm not taking away anything from Mackenzie or from Miesha Tate. Okay, both are fantastic at what they do. But sex sells, guys. Let's not kid ourselves here. But Gina only went 7-1 in her career. She only had 8 fights. Obviously, between looking at their 2 resumes, Ronda's resume is legions above Gina Carano's resume. Gina was 7-0, fought Chris Cyborg, got knocked out, and walked away. And you can't blame her. As far as I'm concerned, Chris Cyborg's still the greatest female fighter of all time in MMA. Ronda went 12-2. Last 2 fights, knockout losses. Holly and obviously the Amanda rematch. And her last victory didn't happen till way back in 2015 to Bethe Correa. And if you remember, in that fight week, Bethe started shooting her mouth off about Ronda's mom, and that lit a fire in Ronda's tushy. I don't know if all the crazy theories and thoughts of Gina Carano, I don't think Gina will trash talk Ronda. I think it's going to be a friendly lead up if they actually do fight. Again, I hope the California Commission puts their foot down. Now, it's a good thing that Netflix wants to get involved with MMA. And God knows Jake Paul has teased getting involved in MMA for a long time now. So it's giving an option, okay? Especially without Bellator around, okay? So who else could possibly be on this card? My first guess, anybody that has any type of relationship with Jake Paul is probably going to be offered some sort of a fight. I could see like a basketball player fight a football player, or a boxer fighting a golfer. You know, some stupid shite. Because as we all know, Jake believes in bringing the circus to town. Maybe we finally get Darren Till against Mike Perry. Look, those two teased each other fighting back in the UFC and fighting in BKFC, and they haven't fought yet. Maybe we see that. I'd be okay with that. Maybe Holly Holm, Chris Cyborg rematch. I'd be okay with that. Spider Silva, Nick Diaz. I hope to God not Ben Askren. Jeez. Although, knowing Jake Paul's tendency to, like fight guys that had a freaking stroke, Mike Tyson, maybe a fighter near death like Ben Askren fits the bill of what Jake Paul's looking for. But I hope not. Serrano, Clarissa Shields, possibly. I'd say Isabella Mir, Frank Mir's daughter, against Maya Lesnar, Brock Lesnar's daughter, but two things would stop that fight. Number one, Isabella Mir is 4-0 with 3 first-round submissions. She is a beast. I think one day she might sign to the UFC, especially with no Bellator around. And the bigger reason that fight will never happen is Maya's not a fighter. I don't know. I don't want to see Anderson Silva fight anymore. I don't want to see Chris Weidman fight. I don't want to see old timers games in baseball and basketball and golf and tennis are cool. They're fun to watch. Old timers in MMA or boxing, not so much. I mean, who's he? Diego Sanchez, BJ Penn? I mean, I could see Jake Paul asking, like Habib or GSP. But both of those guys are smart enough not to take the bait. But I can't believe Ronda and Gina Carano are coming back. And honestly, I think the only reason why Gina wants to fight is because of her mouth losing that job on Mandalorian. I think she needs money. I think Gina Carano is strapped for cash. Personally, I'm not going to watch. This is a circus beyond the circus. I can't get behind this one. Much like most of Jake Paul events. Mind you, I compliment him on giving opportunities, but it's the bookings that are ridiculous. Again, what the hell is Ronda doing? I can't. Maybe Travis Brown will be. Maybe it'll be like a husband and wife main event, co-main event. I don't know what these fighters are thinking. Ride the autograph show circuit for the rest of your life when you retire. Start your own gym. Every pug thinks he has one more great fight left in him. And that goes for boxers and for MMA fighters. The sun set on both of their careers a long time ago. Again, I think if the commission okays this, it is a disgrace, it is a crime, it is disgusting. So guys, do me a favor. Please, again, like the video, share it. Hit that subscribe button. Share the video with your friends. Get them to subscribe to the channel. Down below, I want to know your thoughts. Are you as pissed about this? And I get it. There's bigger things to be pissed about. Especially living here under Mandami. But this is a disgrace, guys. And again, I'm proud of Netflix for getting involved and for Jake getting involved. That's a good thing. Do it the smart way. Look for young guys in gyms. Sign them. Put fights together that way. Do it the right way, guys, if you're going to do something like this. This could end... Look, I could see Ronda finishing this fight in like 5 seconds. You know, a quick, judo toss and an armbar. Or a rear naked choke. I could see that happen. But more than likely what I see happening is Gina Carano punching Ronda Rousey in the face and giving her another concussion. Which, even though, like I said, I don't like her, I don't wish concussions and I don't wish CTE on anybody. Especially for a new mom. But anyways, guys, again, like the video, share it. Hit that subscribe button. Tell me your thoughts down below. And until the next video, Cyclone saying, peace out, homies.